Hey everyone, welcome back to the Fleet Feet Huntsville-Madison YouTube channel, your go-to spot for expert running advice from expert runners, top-notch gear, and in-depth shoe reviews. I'm Ben Warren. I'm here today along with Alan Taylor. We're diving into the all-new Brooks Glycerin 22, available in both the standard and the GTS versions.
We're going to be covering what's new in this model compared to its previous versions, put it through some real-world running tests,
see how it stacks up against some of its biggest competitors. And of course, we're going to give you our final verdict. So make sure you watch until the end. So first, what's new with the Glycerin 22? We're going to look at the key updates. And if you've run in previous Glycerin models, you're going to notice some pretty significant changes. Number one is this new DNA-tuned midsole. Brooks swapped out the DNA Loft V3 for this DNA-tuned technology, which you'll also find on their Glycerin Max model. The DNA Tune strategically adjusts the cushioning density in the heel and the forefoot, and particularly making the heel more cushioned and the forefoot more responsive. When you think about the Glycerin 22, you should think dynamic cushioning. Now, I wanted to test this for myself to see if this were in fact true, so I did compare the 22 with the previous version, the 21. When I did a density test on the 21, I did get an average reading of 40 all the way around from the heel to the forefoot, and we can compare that to an average of about 36, 37 in the forefoot on the Glycerin 22, and about 33 in the heel in the Glycerin 22. So it does seem to be legit. I think they have achieved some strategic and dynamic cushioning, different density levels in this model, and it works really, really well. Alan, tell us what's going on with the upper in this one.
Yeah, so we have this updated upper where they added a double jackered knit upper. It replaces the previous version of that warp knit material, offering better breathability and an improved comfort.
Yeah, and they also revamped the heel and the fit. So they've got this new, newly designed heel tab with this sort of knit collar right around the heel and some padding inside here. So overall, you're going to get a more structured ankle collar, giving you a really nice, snug, secure lockdown on the heel.
And I will say that with the new Glycerin, it is just a tad bit heavier than its predecessor, just under half an ounce heavier in both the men's and the women's. But surprisingly, it still feels pretty light on the feet.
Yeah, and they kept the stack height the same. So you've still got that 38 millimeters of stack in the heel, 28 in the forefoot, exactly the same as the 21. Nothing's changed there. So it maintains that 10 millimeter drop, keeping it very plush, yet very responsive for all the previous Glycerin lovers out there.
So let's talk about the fit. The Glycerin line has always been known for its cushion and its comfort. And this version definitely sticks to that formula. What do you think, Ben?
Yeah, we find that it mostly fits pretty true to size. My foot measures right around a 10 in a men's standard, and I size at an 11 in the Glycerin 22, which is what I am in just about every shoe. Find that there's plenty of room in the toe box. It's perfect for long runs, and even those non-runners who are just looking for something super comfortable for all-day wear. It is available in both standard and wide widths.
B-roll break.
The padded heel collar here and the tongue, it is a padded tongue, give you a nice plush step-in feel, as we said. And what I really like is they have an improved lacing system. So they inset a couple of the lacings here just a little bit inward, so it actually wraps around the midfoot a bit more, giving you an overall snugger fit. So for those of you who like a more wrapped fit in a shoe without a really tight knit upper, this is going to give you that. So now on to the most important part. Alan, what have our staff been saying about this shoe?
Since I see pretty much all of our staff wearing it every single day, they love this shoe. A day doesn't go by where I don't see over half of our staff wearing this shoe right here. I'm wearing it right now.
As am I.
You know, my 8+ hours a day working on them, I love the feel. I love the fit. I've always been a Brooks fan, and I absolutely love this update.
Yeah, I think everyone's found it to be generally softer, as we've said, yet more responsive. For our people who have run in it, they found it consistently comfortable, anything from your 5K all the way to your long run. Suzanne says she's got over 50 miles on hers now in the last couple of weeks and love it. She even said it's light enough that if you want to do some speed work in the shoe, you can. And And of course, we've had a lot of staff just wearing it here to the store, 6, 7, 8 hours a day, find it really comfortable. Alan, this to me feels like if I were going to travel and I could only take one pair of shoes with me to kind of do everything in, like walk around all day and do my runs in, this would be a really strong contender.
And in the black and gray, you can even wear it to dinner.
Exactly. It even dresses up pretty well. Yeah, so I think in all, that DNA-tuned midsole gives you a really nice soft landing in the heel, firm push-off in the forefoot, really smooth transitions. It's not overly bouncy, but it's lively enough that you're gonna roll through your stride feeling really secure and really stable. Alan, let's talk about durability. So I see on the bottom here, it looks like they've increased the amount of rubber on the outsole quite a bit. How do we feel about the durability in the Brooks lineup?
Durability in the Brooks lineup, durability has, for the last 21 years that we've been here, it's been one of our go-to shoes for durability. It has. If you're a heel striker, you'll appreciate that extra plush heel back there in the back. Yeah. If you're a forefoot or a midfoot striker, so you're going to get a nice solid response up there in the front.
Yeah, and just really good rubber too. This is their proprietary outsole compound that they do on all their road shoes. I think most people are going to find it, if you're even in moderately wet road conditions, like it's raining here today, you're going to feel pretty secure in this shoe. Now, of course, it is a road-specific shoe. We obviously don't recommend taking this one out on trail. It's just not built for it. It's not going to give you the traction and the protection that you need. We would recommend getting something into trail-specific for those of you looking to get out and walk and hike on trails. But as far as handling anything on the road, I think the Glycerin 22 is going to be built for that. So, Alan, let's talk some of the shoes that we normally pull along with the Brooks Glycerin for our customers to compare.
Gotcha.
So I wouldn't say that these are all like the biggest competition per se, but these are all shoes kind of competing in that same category. And to be honest, we love all three of them for different reasons, and they're all going to work for different customers. So how does the Glycerin fit in between something like the ASICS Gel Nimbus 27, brand new release from ASICS here, and the 1080 V14 from New Balance? It's been out for a few months now. But all in that high cushion daily trainer category. Alan, how do we find the Gel Nimbus?
So, with that Gel Nimbus, it is slightly firmer, say, compared to that Glycerin right there. It has a little bit more of a structured heel to it. And while the Glycerin 22 provides that plusher ride with a little bit better energy return than you feel with that Nimbus.
Yeah. And a couple of things I do like that they do similarly. You see Brooks, they both kind of did this heel pull tab and the knit collar around the ankle. So I think some shoemakers are on to something there. There's a little bit of imitation in the form of flattery maybe happening between those two. But I agree with you. I do think the Brooks Glycerin feels a little bit softer, a little bit bouncier, a little bit more responsive compared to something more structured like the Gel Nimbus. Right. Now, compared to the 1080, I think most of us do, that 1080 is really soft, really plush, all the way through the shoe. So if you're running, walking, you're going to get that same soft feel all the way from the heel through the forefoot. And with this DNA tuned in the Brooks, you're going to have that soft heel impact, but a lot more firmness and responsiveness here. So to me, Alan, this one kind of fits right in the middle of these two. If you want to go really plush and really soft, you edge toward the 1080. If you want to go firmer, more structured, you might go with something like the Gel Nimbus here. The Glycerin 22, right there in the Goldilocks zone, perfectly in the middle.
And I'll just throw it out there. I wear the 1080, I wear the Glycerin, I wear the Nimbus.
Same. I like them all for different reasons.
Yes.
Yeah. So, Alan, who is the Glycerin 22 for? We get customers all the time. I'm not a runner, I'm a walker. Is this still a good shoe for me?
That is still a good shoe for them. That is 100% still a good shoe for them. It is a premium cushioned daily trainer, whether you're walking, running, trying to be comfortable. If you need a durable shoe, it is a durable shoe that will last through tons and tons of miles. Yeah. If you prefer a stable, more protective ride, you get the Glycerin GTS. If you don't need that more stable ride, you get the Glycerin. They have that option for both runners.
That's the great thing about their GTS is if you want, even neutral runners looking for a little bit more support, they have the GTS option, which is going to give you that, especially maybe near the end of your long runs. And if you just want that truly neutral shoe, you can go for the Glycerin Standard. If you're looking for the most lightweight shoe to maybe PR your mile, it's probably not what you're going for. And if you need something rocker, this isn't going to have the heaviest rocker shape. But all in all, I think it's going to work for most anybody out there, whether you're training for a 5K or looking for all-day comfort. Yeah. Overall, I think the Glycerin 22, it's been one of the most popular high-cushion trainers out there. That DNA-tuned midsole is a huge upgrade. It keeps everything that makes the Glycerin a perennial fan favorite. So I think that's it for today's review. If you want to know if the Glycerin 22 is the shoe for you, come see us here at our Huntsville location in Jones Valley or at our Madison location out on Hughes Road. We'll take you through our streamlined Fit ID process, recommend everything you need to keep going mile after mile. Are you planning to grab the Glycerin 22? Let us know in the comments. And while you're there, make sure to hit that like, smash that thumbs up, and subscribe to the channel. We're going to have more shoe and gear reviews coming your way. We believe that running changes everything, and we hope to see you soon.